Hey guys, welcome back to another Warhammer action figure review. Today we're taking a look at McFarlane Toys' latest release, the Chaos Space Marine. On the back of the package we have a 3D render of the figure without any other information about the series or accessories. And on the side we have the same picture with the name of the figure. Just like the other larger Marine figures, the plastic is tied to the cardboard, so you have to take everything out in one piece and cut the ties in the back. The stand is secured behind the plastic that you'll have to rip open to get out. While all Space Marines started out fighting for humanity, Chaos Space Marines are those who fell to the corruption of chaos. They've become mutated and corrupted to serve the Dark Gods. Sometimes known as the Traitor Legions, these Marines turned against each other during the Horus Heresy, where half of the legions fought against the remaining legions loyal to the Emperor of Mankind. After failing to defeat the Emperor, the last of the Chaos Legions eventually fled into the Eye of Terror, a massive warp rift in space home to the largest forces of Chaos, including the traitor Chaos Legions. A Chaos Space Marine is obsessed with gaining more power and will follow the demands of their Dark Gods to gain more. The flesh and armor of a Chaos Space Marine becomes more twisted, growing horns, teeth, and spikes, becoming less recognizable as a human the more power is gifted to them. Let's take a look at the details. The black helmet of the Chaos Space Marine has golden edges with sharp points resembling teeth and claws. Two large horns curve inward, giving it a demonic look. The red eye lenses curve downward, and the mask filter is designed to give an angered look to the helmet. On the back we can see more detail of the bones coming out of the helmet, with a light effect in the sculpting to make it look like the horns broke through the helmet. A small metal skull is at the center of the chest armor with large tubing coming out of the sides. We have details like small ports and smaller tubes and scratches and dents all over the armor. Under the large plate of chest armor we have the undersuit with small ridges of armor layered over each other. There is not much to look at on the back other than a large socket that we will be covering up later in the review. The right shoulder has the Black Legion insignia, a Eye of Horus over an 8-pointed star of Chaos. We can also notice some small teeth and spikes around the edges of the armor from the Chaos mutations. On the left shoulder we have a large golden skull with the Star of Chaos on its forehead. More small spikes can be seen on the trim of the armor. The black gauntlets of the armor has golden spikes with smaller studs on them. We have a cloth belt with the large 8-pointed star as the buckle. The soft plastic has a cloth-like rough texture and sculpted with waves. The cloth reaches up to the knees, where it gets more torn and tattered at the bottom. On the back of the belt we see a small pouch and a grenade attached to it, as well as two smaller plates of black armor to protect the backside. The thighs of the figure have large black spikes sculpted into the armor, as well as the left thigh having a piece of cloth wrapped around the armor held in place by an 8-pointed star. The legs have huge plates of armor that cover up the ankle as well. The right side has large golden arrows similar to those on the Star of Chaos. On the left leg armor, we have a large demonic golden screaming skull wrapped around the entire leg. We wrap up the detail with the boots of the figure. A simple large black armored boot with thick soles. Let's check out the articulation. The helmet rotates and pivots up and down. The shoulder pad armor has its own joint to rotate, with the shoulder joint that opens and rotates all the way around. More rotation at the bicep. Double jointed elbows, wrists that rotate and bend up and down, a ball joint at the chest, and rotation at the waist. Legs that open and bend forward and back, with rotation at the thigh, double jointed knees that bend back, ankles that bend up and down and rotate with the armor blocking most rotation, and a toe that bends up. While the Chaos Space Marine uses almost entirely new parts, he's about the same height as all the other Space Marines. Here I've placed him near other Warhammer figures as well as others to get an idea of the scale. We get a large Chaos themed backpack with tons of Chaos themed details, and a large peg on the back. To install the backpack, all you need to do is socket it inside the back of the figure. We get a dark silver combat knife, with the knife actually fitting into the belt that has a small loop for it to fit into. And we get a Chaos themed bolter with the bayonet attached to it. And we get the standard McFarlane stand with the Warhammer logo on it. McFarlane gives us yet another Space Marine to collect, but this time with a unique sculpt in almost every area. The Chaos Space Marines are a welcome addition, with a fresh darker color scheme than the bright colors of the Imperium armor. The figure has some weight onto it, and the joints just feel as thick and sturdy as all the other Marines did. The paint is also applied on very well, with most decals and paint not bleeding anywhere at all. For the weapons, we get a new combat knife and a Chaos themed bolter, both new to the McFarlane Warhammer series. The detail of the sculpting on the figure is amazing, with something unique to look at on every piece of armor. McFarlane's details on figures at this price point continues to impress me. But with all the black armor and most of the small details painted over gold or left unpainted, it really hurts to see all that detail go to waste on such a nice sculpt. Once again, for me, the biggest downfall of these figures is the lack of extra paint. It keeps the cost of the figure down, but I would love to see a gold label or a deluxe painted version of these figures. Overall, the Chaos Space Marine is a must-have figure for anyone collecting the Warhammer figures. The lack of paint can be touched up by anyone willing to try, and having them in hand, you really appreciate all the details of the figure. Hopefully we'll see more Chaos Marine designs, including those more heavily mutated by Chaos. I'm having a ton of fun with the McFarlane Warhammer line, and I can't wait to see what other factions get their own figures. The Chaos Space Marine figure is out now, so keep an eye out for him in your stores. Alright guys, that's it for this review. More reviews are coming up soon, so check out my other videos while you wait.